What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports. Got another battle report for today. It's the U.S. Masters round number 4. Guys, what is going on? It's your boy James here. So, I'm gonna sum this up. I'm gonna get this going. I'm trying to make this video before I go to Wicked. I'm probably gonna record it. Don't know when I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. This has been a hectic week. Hectic week. Just between work, basketball. I basically run a thing of basketball on Friday nights, but between work and basketball, trying to paint up new models for Wicked that I'm going to go ahead and I'm also trying to paint up the bases so I have a full paint score at least. And also, I got the new book. I got the new book from the Orc and Goblin book ahead of time. This is not the released version yet. I got the sneak peek version, so there might be a released version with, like, say, some changes or something's added or something's taken out. Don't really know. I'm assuming this is what's supposed to be put out there, right? So I was trying to make a list. I was trying to get some games in. I was trying to do a game with Aerowax, who commented on my last video about probably joining Team Mexico. We are still 2 spots available. We are doing some tryouts for those spots for mercenaries. So if you are interested and you want to go to ETC, you could just send me a message or leave me a message on here, and we could probably set something up. Other than that, it's been very, like I said, it's been hectic. And then my D&D game, just like so much is going on, and I'm trying to do these little mini sessions with my players separately. But then, like, I have 3 of those going on at the same time. It's a lot, man. So I was like, so somebody said something on one of my last battle reports. It was John Bailey, actually. He said something like, "Woohoo, another battle report." And I was like, "Shit, I forgot about the fucking battle reports. I forgot to even make this because I've had it in my. I obviously had this in my phone since U.S. Masters, which was Detroit, which was like in February. This is May. God, man, it's just a lot going on." Guys, if you can hear it in the background, there is a shy ambulance. Don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it from my condo right now on the lake. Anyways, guys, let's go on. Let's get this game going. I got a game against Joe Finlayson. Joe Finlayson. I call him Fake Fox because he looks like my friend Fox. Anyways, Joe Finlayson, this is his list right here. He is playing a Highborn Elf army. I knew the night before that we were going to go ahead and play me versus Joe. I looked over his army. Nothing in the army looks too super scary to me, so I was just like, oh, okay, I'll play it, you know. It looks very pyro friendly, I would have to say. Other than that, I I spent the night or we went the night before to eat steak. It was John, Skaven and AZ. We lost Kenyon Duncan, Swamp Swimmer, so our YouTube dinner got shot down by one person. But other than that, we had a good dinner. Next morning I woke up and I was just like in a funk. I don't know how to explain it. I was just in a funk, and that's kind of why I totally just spaced out and didn't even put in the video at the end. Usually I try to get a video of my opponents at the end of the games. Didn't even think about it. I was just like out of it. Anyways, so let's see what the objective was. The objective was marching columns and capture the flags. Marching columns is one of those deployments that really kind of just messes with me. I probably started from the left, and I ended up leaving enough space for my spider and Ruckus to go where they needed to go. Koopa is technically a character, so I don't have to deploy him at the start. I can kind of just pop him up anywhere. So we started left to right. I think I put my dogs there. I put my forest goblins down. I put Ruckus there, and I didn't have to put my other characters in the forest goblins. I just kind of wanted to see where he was going to deploy stuff. After a while, I go ahead and I just drop my whole army because I usually drop my whole army because I tend to feel that I'm going to mess it up if I don't. That's what's going on. Right now, my general's 18-inch bubble is being stretched quite thin, like literally to the extent of the 18-inch bubble. So that's how I deployed. As for magic, I ended up getting Druidism on my Wizard Crown on Koopa. This comes into play huge in this game. I took Fireball, Pyroflow, Flaming Swords, and Gift of the Green Flayed Blade, which to me is Cinder Cloaks. The Flaming Swords, I don't know why I took Flaming Swords. Maybe because he had dragons, and I was like, oh, I could shoot the dragons. They're not Fireborn. I don't think they're Fireborn, but I'm not entirely sure why I took Flaming Swords. Probably because he had MR for Scorching Salvo, and I didn't feel like he only had the Sea Guard unit, so there's no real good Enveloping Embers unit. That's probably why I took Fire Swords, Flaming Swords. Anyways, that's what I took. Uh, he goes ahead and he deploys like so. He puts his dragon. He has two dragons. These are, from his list, these are the Initiates of the Fiery Heart. He has one behind the building. He has one on the other side of on the right side. He spread out his bolt throwers. Bolt throwers are like pretty much spread out evenly. Two on the right side, one on the left side. Now, the bolt throwers to me are the biggest threat in the whole army. The bolt throwers could kill my general. So as you can see, I actually put my general starting behind Crom. And I did this on purpose. Depending on where he wanted to deploy his bolt throwers, I could just kind of take off one way or the other. Now, I am probably pushing the 48-inch maximum, or at least staying in long range. I'm not going to give him an easy shot to shoot me with the bolt throwers. On the left, he has his Elaine Reavers, his other Elaine Reavers. Those were where he deployed when we did the marching columns. But his Knights of Rhyma are on the middle by the house. He has a unit of Sea Guard, kind of just put in a block formation. He has his Queen's Guard in the just next to them. And then he has his general on a chariot. The general on the chariot is a High Prince Lion Chariot with Ghostly Guard and the Diadem of Protection with a great weapon. He has his other Fiery Heart, and then he has more Reavers. Yes, those are Reavers. Excuse me. So I go ahead and I do my Vanguard like so, and he's actually staying further back. He's avoiding my Pyro. He's avoiding my shots. I've contemplated just doing like a march up with the banner, but we'll see how that goes. I think he was purposely avoiding getting Pyroed first turn, which it's just going to work out the way it is, but it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn number one. Orcs and Goblins, turn number one. Let me see. Did I? Yeah. Okay. Oh, just to give you, well, I guess you could see that as I was going over the list. I move up my dogs right up there. I'm trying to remember why. I'm trying to remember if I was trying to block the line of sight of the shots. Didn't care if the Reavers charged me. If the Reavers do charge me, I don't really remember why I put the dogs right there, but I said, fuck it. I'm going to put the dogs there. Put Koopa up this way. And Koopa's basically, I'm just trying to get into threaten his Knights of Rhyma. Knights of Rhyma. The Knights of Rhyma are a big issue for me. Ruckus started moving up. He has a kind of a view of both sides of the house. Savages move up. Crom moves up. The Trolls move up. The Trolls are actually instrumental in my plan here. My K-Pack moves up to the right. BSB is in the center by the Savages. So is my Pyromancy, and my other unit is off to the right. Now, since we're playing flags, all I got to really do is take out one of these units and kind of hold up the rest. We'll see how that goes. Magic, I got a 1 on the flux. It really doesn't matter because he basically kept most of his shit out of range for my magic, so nothing really happened. That's how the table looks. Now, shooting, again, if I was out of range for magic, I was probably out of range of shooting. I probably tried to shoot his Elaine Reavers. Nothing really happened. All right. Turn 1. Highborn Elves. Highborn Elves that look like Dark Elves on the table. Turn 1. He charges his chariot into Crom. Crom! Now, I don't mind this. This is kind of like, all right, he needs a lot of 6s to get into Crom and kill Crom. So I'm just kind of like, haha, go ahead. You don't understand what's going to happen, right? And realistically, I don't know what's going to happen. He starts to march out his Knights of Rhyma, trying to get the chaff. He looks like he charged into me with the dogs. I fled on purpose to lead his Reavers right here close by, and then that's kind of how that looks. He gets in here into Crom. Like I said, I'm not too worried about this one. And then Magic. Magic, he gets a 2 on the flux, goes ahead and he does Perception of Strength. And I think he had 2 of these or something like that, or I tried to stop it and it just went off anyways. So I couldn't stop his Perception of Strength, which is huge. It basically makes him Strength 7 on that charge. Over here is Queen, what do they call? The Queen's Guard. They're going to go ahead and shoot into my Trolls. They end up doing 2 wounds into my trolls. Now my trolls are in cover because they're behind the hill, but he still got in doing 2 wounds because they're fucking elves. The bolt thrower here starts shooting into the K-Pack, kills off, or does 3 wounds. This one shoots into the savages, does 2 wounds, and that's about it. Impact hits, he does 3 wounds. His guy swings. Actually, I think that's it. I think that was impact hits and the swings. He does 3 wounds. I try to do a crush attack. I miss, of course. And it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins. Turn number 2. Orcs and Goblins, turn number 2. Guys, you know better. Did I call out the Wog? Of course I did. On a 3, 2, 1. Wog! I Wog. I charge my trolls in. Trolls are going in. He stand and shoots. And his stand and shoot, for some fucking reason, kills 2 of my guys. Motherfucker, man. K-Pack charges into the dragon. He stands and shoots with the dragon, and it's with his breath weapon, and he ends up killing off one of my K-Pack. He was hoping for a panic, didn't panic. I get in with both. Boom! Now that's huge. The trolls are huge getting in right there, because what happens with the trolls is that character's in such a bad spot. If he flees from this fight, he's going to run off the table, and that's his BSB. So that's fucking huge. And I'm just hoping. I'm hoping for panics everywhere. All right? Hoping. Anyways. As you can see, Ruckus moves up. I think I charged Ruckus too, and I thought I got Ruckus in, but we double-checked the measurement, and I was off by an inch or so. So Ruckus just kind of stumbled forward. And I move Koopa over to the flank of the Lane Reaver, or the Knights of Raima. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Lane Reavers with my Goblins. I really didn't decide what I wanted to do with that yet. And I moved my other Goblins up. My General stays far back. He stays in 18-inch range back here, but basically he just gave up on trying to be close to the bolt throwers. I'm just not going to be, I don't want to be in range, right? Magic got an 8 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a healing water onto Chrome. And I think I was supposed to heal a wound, I think, but I have the old card. Whatever. Over here, impact hits. I end up doing a wound. I did 6 impact hits, by the way, but I only do 1 wound on the impact hits. He goes ahead and goes back. He does 1. I think we stick. It was just a charge and a wound, and he did a wound, and we stay there. Over here, oh, the trolls. Yeah, these fucking Queensguard with their flaming shots. They thought they were all fun and games. Now, the fucking trolls rip them apart. They fucking kill off the back row. 3 of them kill off at least the back row, causing them to panic and run off the table. They run through their dragon. The dragon doesn't fail a panic check. The bolt thrower doesn't fail a panic check. Not a single panic check happens due to the break of the trolls. Now, if these trolls were just say tough 5 and 2 attacks, I doubt that they would do that many wounds. But they didn't do enough wounds. So they go ahead and I think I run a shit overrun. I think I wanted to go... No, I take it back. I think I did not want to go into the dragon because the dragon has flaming breath. But going back over it, I think it would have been fine if I would have gotten into the dragon. It doesn't really matter. Over here, he ends up getting 3 fucking lucky wounds onto Crom and killing Crom exactly. Oh, that sucks. And he turns around like so to face the rear of the trolls, I think. But, yeah. Turn 2. Highborn Elves. Highborn Elves turn 2. It looks like his dragon charged into my trolls. He charges, I want to say, his Knights of Raima into Ruckus. And I'm like, aha, I'm going to flee. And I flee 2 inches. 2 or 3. Wow. Fucking Ruckus. Wow. God damn. Ruckus runs just in front of my Goblins here. And this puts me in a very bad spot. His Knights will catch me. Boom. I think he charged my general with his general. I think that's what happened. Obviously, I'm going to hold, but that doesn't happen right away. He might have charged... I think he tried to charge my general, then charge my savages. Or something like that. No, I think he charged... I don't know what the fuck this charge is. I just don't know what the fuck this charge is. But that's how the table looks. As you can see, his Sea Guard are moving up. His Knights of Rhyme are surrounding my savages. And it doesn't look pretty right now. Just does not look pretty. Magic got a 5 on the flux, goes ahead. Don't really have what he did with his magic. Shooting over here, he can shoot into my goblins, kill off a couple goblins. And then he shoots into these goblins, kills off a couple more goblins. The dragon wins the combat against the trolls. Trolls only do 1 wound onto the dragon. And he's facing this way. His character did go in. I think I did give him a champ, and he just killed the champ. And then I reformed. Okay, so this is putting me in a very ugly spot at the moment. Let's go to turn 3. Orcs and goblins. Orcs and goblins. Turn 3. I did kill his BSB. I did. That's a good thing, right? I move Dread into the forest. Okay, knowing damn well that I might take a dangerous terrain in the forest. Okay, but I don't want to get shot. I put him here and I evacuated my 2 characters out of the other goblin unit. I left the goblins there to take the charge from the Knight of Raima, right? My other goblins are going to try to shoot them and hopefully do a wound or 2. We'll see. We'll see. Koopa's going to go ahead and kill off the 1 unit of chaff up there. That's fine. My savages are going to have to do work onto this lion chariot. Okay. Magic got a 3 on the flux. Go ahead and do a fireball into his dragon here. Do 2 wounds. All right. Over here, I end up doing the healing water, trying to get back some chariots to kind of keep doing some wounds onto this dragon. He lets it go through, and my attribute is Strider. Put it on my general. Over here, I shoot into these guys. I don't do a single thing. Over here, he only kills off 3 savages. I ended up doing 3 wounds onto this guy. 3 wounds. 3. Okay. He is going to run because he has 3 wounds. I have 3 ranks and a banner to his 3 wounds. I win by 4. He runs. Oh, actually, he doesn't run yet. I did 1 wound so far. Sorry, excuse me. I'm jumping ahead. I did 1 wound, but we're gonna stay over here. Koopa's kills off a unit of a lane reavers. I gotta put the points on for that one. Koopa should have 185 points more, whatever that is, adding on to the old score. Okay. All right. And oh no, he did run. I did. I take it back. Now my chariot ran from his dragon, but his chariot ran from my savages. I decided to try to restrain because I can't let my savages run up forward and get flanked by Seaguard. Okay, I probably could actually, to be fair, but I can't. All right. Whew. All right. That's how the table looks. Let's go to turn 3. Highborn Elves. Highborn Elves turn 3. Charges it to my goblins. Of course he is. Of course he is. That's part of the point right there, right? I'm hoping to hold the steadfast for a while. That's why I left Koopa just chilling back there, ready to go in, charge into the rear. And again, I'm trying to just cause panics. He has no BSB and his general's running away. He has to fail a panic somewhere, right? Over here, he charges in. I stand and shoot. I don't think I kill anybody that matters. Over here, he gets in. He gets in over there, and then he uses his Elaine Reavers to chaff my savages. Okay. That's how the table looks from a side view. Magic, he gets 6 on the flux. Goes ahead and he does a pyro flow from his dragon into my savage orcs. Killing off 4 of my savage orcs. I think he miscast. I think he miscast and he blew up his dragon. That's kind of what it looks like. I want to say that's what happened. Over here, he shoots into my general, and he needs a 6 to get in. He hits the 6, and he does the wound. Toughness, I want to say 5, and I don't remember if I have the Tuck-Tex Guard or not. Let me see if I have the Tuck-Tex on this guy. Do I have the Tuck-Tex on this guy? I do not. So I fail my ward save. He gets the wounds, and he does D3 wounds, and he gets a maximum 3 fucking wounds. Luckily, he missed the other shots. Over here, he shoots a Sea Guard into my savages, kills off 2 more. And then these guys, I fail my steadfast check. I fail it. I think he might have just wiped me out, though, to be fair. I mean, 20 goblins is a lot to go through. I don't know if he did 15 wounds or not. He might have. He might have. I mean, like, I think they get, like, devastating attacks. So there's 7 of them. So that could be, like, 14, 15 attacks. Yeah, it's easy to get through them. Because he's hitting me on 2s, wounding me on 2s. And then the horses go. I lose. I lose my goblins. I can't. Well, actually, he doesn't even need to do 15. He just needs to do, like, 11. So the goblins run away. Right? Now, he needs a 12 to get into my general. He rolls an 11. He gets right in front of the face of my general. Holy shit. Holy shit. He loses 2 guys to the forest, which is fucking awesome to me. And it's going to start off turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I'm afraid to march. If I march, I am going to take a dangerous terrain and potentially kill my general. That scares the shit out of me, right? Um, my savages are fail their frenzy. They're going to charge into his Elaine Reavers, okay? I didn't want to, but I what's gonna happen? His general rallied, of course. Of course it did. Okay, magic. Charge. I go ahead and I move my general. Not even march. I just walk him to the flank of his Knights of Rima. Nobody's in line of sight of his Knights of Rima. Koopa starts coming this way to deal with his next unit, which is probably not the best use of Koopa. It is such a hard move in there. I probably could have done more work by the Knights of Rima. Now, like just hindsight, you know what I mean? But my general, if I get the charge, as long as he doesn't charge me, if he charges me, he's strength 7. If I charge him, I'm strength 5 to his tough 3, or I'm strength 6 to his tough 3 with lethal strike. But we'll see how that goes. Magic get a 2 on the flux. Go ahead and I heal my general 1 wound, and I give him Strider. All right, over here, my guys don't even kill enough of his Elaine Reavers. I only do 2 wounds, and I turn like so. Hindsight, tactically, I think I would have benefited better if I would have charged. No, I wouldn't have, because it's a far charge. If I could have charged my general over into the Elaine Reavers, I probably would have been able to overrun into his homies, his Sea Guard, right? But the truth is, if I fail that charge, I'm getting charged by the Knights of Rima, so not really worth it. Yeah, so Savages destroy the Elaine Reavers. Of course, the Sea Guard don't panic. Of course, nobody fucking panics. It's gonna start off turn 4. Highborn Elves. Highborn Elves turn 4. He's gonna try to do this long charge. Maybe he doesn't. He just turns around his Knights of Rima. He thinks I'm afraid to charge my general in. I'm not, but I'm gonna just try to heal more and more. And what I ended up doing was I ended up using. That's what Koopa's doing. Koopa is blocking the shot from his bolt thrower to my general. Koopa is using his fat ass to cover my general's ass. That's what it is. So let's see how that goes. And then the other bolt thrower on the right has no shot because he's behind the hill, and the bolt thrower in the middle does have a shot. I think with some cover. All right. Magic, he gets 6 on the flux, or 4 on the flux. I can't read it upside down. He goes ahead and gets Gloria Gold up on these guys, and he puts up Alchemic Fire on me. He shoots into my savages, kills off 4 more. He shoots into my savages, kills off more. And at this point, I don't want to even charge because I only have 9 savages left. I'm about to lose them. All right. Over here, it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn number 5. Orcs and Goblins, turn number 5. I'm going to go ahead and charge it to these Knights of Rima. Fuck these Knights of Rima up. They're fucking stupid asses. I try to charge I don't charge my general. I just walk, my savages. I walk my savages out of his line of sight of 2 things except for his general. His general has only 1 wound left, so I could potentially just kill his general. I move Koopa up like so. I'm going to try to kill off anything I can with Koopa. And I really am hoping that my general holds here against the Knights of Rima. The way I look at it is I got charge. I have fear. I don't think I swing first. I think he swings first, or we swing at the same time, right? But I should be able to kill at least maybe 2. Maybe 2, right? He has a banner. As long as he doesn't do 2 wounds, I'm good. Okay? So, we'll go with that in a minute. Magic, get a 7 on the flux. Go ahead and I do Cinder Cloaks on my general. Now he's wounding me on 6s. He lets it go through. Go ahead and I do Pyro Flow up onto these guys. I end up killing off 6 of them. Shoot into these guys. I end up killing off 1 more. This combat right here. I'm hitting him on 2s, wounding him on 2s, but I think he swings first because he is a Highborn Elf. He has 3 attacks, I think it might be 4 guys. 3 or 4 guys hitting me. Not devastating charge. I'm charging him. He's hitting me on, I want to say 3s, and then he's wounding me on 6s. Motherfucker rolls 2 6s. 2 6s. Okay. Well, I got my armor save. Nope. Miss. Okay, well, I have my ward save. Miss. My fucking general dies. What the fuck? What the flying fuck, Dread? Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, for the record, people are like, oh, how was it bringing a wyvern? It's so dangerous. Man, he didn't die from getting shot. He died from getting fucking poked in the ass by a fucking little lance. And it's not even a lance charging. It was like a poking lance. Like a tickle. He tickled my war boss wrong, and my war boss fell off the fucking wyvern mount and broke his neck. That's what happened. What the fuck was that? That's some bullshit. And it puts my goblins in a horrible spot. Horrible. Alright, let's go start off turn 5 in this horrible spot. He's going to charge into my goblins and I flee. Fuck this shit. Fucking getting out of there. I run like a 12 and I run into Koopa's ass and I run past Koopa over there, which is remarkable that goblins can run that fast. Okay? But it just ruins part of my plans. Oh, God. He redirects into Koopa and he fails the charge. And he loses 2 guys due to the woods. Does he fail a panic check? No. Does he ever fail a panic check? No. All right. That's how the table looks. He puts his dragon in front of Koopa, and and his other guys are facing off into my savages. He's gonna shoot my savages. Magic get a 5 on the flux, and 6 on the flux, and he just basically, I don't know how many times he has 6 on the flux. But anyways, he is going to just whittle down my savage. It's going to start off turn 6. Turn 6, Koopa charges in here. Savages, I realize I'm going to lose my savages anyways, so I just charge into his general, hoping that I could just kill his general. I move my goblins, as you can see. I move them using the relentless banner. I put my shaman and my BSB way up there to just kind of go ahead and toss some wounds into the pyromancy, right? Magic get a 6 on the flux, go ahead and do a pyro flow, end up killing off the bolt thrower, hoping for a panic. Nobody panics. You know why? Because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Alright? My savages obviously died. Koopa is going to end up punking this dragon. His Knights of Rima decide to go for the easy points. His Knights of Rima decide, I'm going to charge into your goblin unit. I said, sure. Bring it, motherfucker. Bring it. Because I have no real choice. Alright? He charges. I stand and shoot with throwing weapons. I kill one. Does he panic? No, of course not. He doesn't ever panic. Alright. Magic gets a 1 on the flux. Doesn't really matter. He just charges into this little chunk right here. And what ends up happening here was, I think Koopa ends up killing off the dragon. Now, over... Doesn't matter. Oh! Does he panic? No, he doesn't. Alright. Over here, he charges in, and he rolls poorly. He gets 2 wounds off. 2 wounds off. I hit him with a poison, and he rolls a 1 on the armor save, and he loses a Knight of Rima. So he's like, aha, well, at least I got in, and they're skirmishers, and I'm going to win combat. So he has a charge, 2 wounds, and I think a banner, okay? And I'm like, well, I did a wound. I have a banner and a BSB. He's like, son of a bitch. My goblin stuck. My goblin stayed there. That's the end of the game. Yeah, that's about it. You could see what ended up happening. Like, I had a good start. I had a really good start. My troll's getting into his BSB, killing off his Queen's Guard. I think that there was a few things that I fucked up on. A few things. Handling the Knights of Rima is one of them. Right, obviously. I think my general should have been able, more times than not, my general should be able to do that fight, no problem. Especially with Cinder Cloak up, I should be able to do that fight, no problem. Right? I wasn't aggressive enough with Koopa. Koopa only killed off some chaff. My MVP this game was probably the trolls. Trolls got a huge amount of points. Let's see, trolls got 898 points, and my trolls are actually doing pretty good in the whole tournament. They're at 2,800 points for the whole tournament so far. But Dread's actually doing remarkably good. Dread is at 3,800 and Koopa's at 2,900. And then the next one up would probably be the Savages, then Baxter. I wasn't able to. My opponent read me. He read that I would do pyro, I would shoot him. So he basically played a very defensive game, and that's how that goes. Now, let me see. Besides that, the 2 initiate heart things, those things kind of fucked me up, and I think I got very confident on high elves without initiate hearts. Now that they have them, I've been having more problems with them. And again, this is the older list. Obviously, this is a list that I took to Masters. I have another list that I'm playing at Wicked, which I feel a lot more confident in, and I've been having a lot more practice and good luck in with that list also. But it doesn't really matter because as of I think tomorrow, the book comes out. The new book comes out, which means all these lists are obsolete. All these lists are obsolete. Koopa probably won't exist anymore. My brother said that's my fault. He said Koopa does exist technically. You could take a Goblin Lord on a Gargantula, but he has to be your general, and that's my fault. He said, and I said, you know what? I agree. My dogs being down, my K pack being moved down to movement 9. That's that's my fault. I said, I understand. My Goblin unit not running away from panics because I have a BSB with the Banner of Discipline and the Relentless Banner, that got changed because now they're a special unit which ambushes. I could have them just deploy normally and put my BSB in there, but they don't have their own banner, meaning that they can't take the Relentless Banner or the Banner of Discipline. That's on me. Um, my Savage Orcs being overly abused, that's on me. So basically, there's just a lot of changes to the list. Am I upset about it? No, actually, I'm not. I'm not. I think I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I understand that they're probably going to change it again and again, and I don't mind. I think that it's going to be a meta-defining list. I think that the way I explained it to my brother was if I have two hordes of 40 orcs, right? Two hordes. I mean, yeah, the strength 4 AP garbage, AP fucking I'm hitting you with feathers, strength 4 feathers, right? Um I think that the thing is you're going to kill, 10, 15, 20 of me. I'll still probably be steadfast. And I'm gonna hit you with other shit. So I think that's fun. I think that the stubborn characters, the unbreakable monster, those things are gonna be fun, and it's gonna create a different list. It's gonna create a different threat, and I think that it'll be a lot of fun to bring. I hope that they're putting it in ETC. I think that that's what the plan is. If they don't, it's really, really, and I'm gonna say the R word, retarded. It is so goddamn retarded because you have a book that is already finished out there. And if you're in the next 2 months, I understand it's only 2 months to play, but and this is what I told Amanda this morning. I said I've played against people who brought demon books that were brand new. I've played against people who played lizard books that are brand new at ETC. At ETC, it wasn't that old. And now that it's my turn, they better fucking be ready to play me. All right. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. That's all I got for today's video. Like I said, the points are pretty up there with the characters. And then it was Dread, Koopa, Trolls, Savages, Baxter, and then after Baxter, it goes down to the BGKs before it goes to the Green Guard, then Ruckus. Ruckus has just been dying. Crom's pulling a couple points. And the K-Pack hasn't really done much this tournament either. The people were like, oh, isn't the War Boss a liability? You know what? The War Boss hasn't been a liability on a Wyvern. Um, I think he played just fine. I think he even lives the next game. Just spoiler alert. Next game, I end up playing against Skaven and AZ. I'll get you guys that battle report as soon as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care and peace. Oh, sorry. Forgot about this. On a final note, the score was a 13-7 for Joe Finlayson. He ended up getting the objective. He ended up pulling out a lot of points after killing my general and killing off my savages. Obviously, I knew the trolls were going to die. I know the idol or I know the giant's going to die every game. I know the K-Pack's going to die every game. But what ended up happening was the me not being able to break his unit, the Knights of Rhymo, my general, that cost me the game, basically. I ended up losing 13-7. It's not a huge loss, but it is a loss. Anyways, guys, that's it. Take care. Peace.